All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got Black Cape, and this is actually he's doing a movie that I actually enjoy very much. Pacific Rim. This is his little rundown of Pacific Rim, and it is the fight for the planet. Black Cape's channel will be linked in the description below in case you guys want to check out his content. Um, I I thoroughly enjoyed Pacific Rim. That's kind of like the mech, the way mech movies or shows or whatever should be done. Is like how this one was done. But yeah, let's get right into it. Black Cape's gonna break this break this movie down, and probably just gonna go through each fight. Honestly, it's a pretty long video. So grab your snacks, get your drinks, get your water. I got my water. So buckle up. We're gonna get this one going.
Tearing through the city, wrecking the bridge, killing thousands of people just trying to get home from their long ass shift. Straight disaster. A bunch of fighter jets roll in and start lighting this thing up, unloading it with everything they got. But as we can clearly see, it's straight tickles. The monster's health bar wasn't going down one bit, but they were. So that right there was a kaiju. It took down 6 cities.
I would have flew my ass home as soon as I saw a dude get from the littlest of taps. I would have flown my ass home. Fuck it.
He's killed tens of thousands, and it took the US 6 whole days just to finally destroy it. But that wasn't the end. These kaiju started spawning all over the planet, just pulling up and wiping cities off the map. Earth was getting treated the same way the Griffins treat Meg.
I heard a noise. Is somebody downstairs?
Meg! Oh God, Meg, you startled me. I'm sorry.
Humanity had enough. We weren't about to keep getting picked on, so every world leader put their beef aside and came together, pulling all their resources to build a weapon. Even Kim Jong-un was on board. That's how you know shit was serious. To fight these monsters, we built monsters of our own. We built these 250 feet tall machines called Jaegers.
Get this fraud the fuck out of here. Get this wannabe protagonist the fuck out of here. Bum.
Tough. So the Jaegers were controlled by 2 pilots using half a brain each. When those machines first dropped, everything changed. Humanity started winning. We were dropping kaijus like Prime Mike without biting ears. The humans couldn't be stopped. We were out here throwing combos like Come on, the kaijus had no hope. But then everything changed.
Everything changed when Fire Nation attacked.
So Yancey Beckett and his brother Riley get suited up after the kaiju pops up on the radar. That's the call. It was time,
bro.
And his brother Riley.
Look, this is gonna be a long video.
Riley gets suited up.
Whatever these kind of coats are, I need one. Whatever this kind of coat is that they had on, I need one, and I needed to have like a hoodie underneath the little fur part.
After the kaiju pops up on the radar, that's the call. It was time for business. They pop out, get dropped straight into the ocean, and meanwhile there was these fishermen out in the sea with this little ass boat. Like, gang, fish ain't that serious. Look at these waves. So they see the kaiju and start preparing for the afterlife, but the brothers pull up right in time, snatching the boat out the way and dropping it back down where it was safe. And just like that, it was time to get jiggy. Riley pulls that arm all the way back and BOW! Right to the jaw. They come back with another left, pulling its ass straight underwater. But job wasn't finished. They raised both arms and hit it with the Dragon Ball Hammer Fist. With that triangular ass head, that must have felt amazing. The kaiju jumps back out the water trying to bite Gypsy's head off. And just like that, Gypsy whips out the plasma cannon and beams him right to the gut, knocking it straight down. Shit was so bad, they gave us 3 different camera views. Gypsy, what's going on? Job's done. We killed it. At least that's what they thought. The radar lights up again and another signature. Get out of there now. They don't listen, and then the kaiju explodes out the water and slaps Gypsy stupid. They don't listen, and then the kaiju explodes out. The radar lights up again.
This is the only movie where Idris Elba has a crisp lineup that I've seen. In all the movies I've seen him in, he has the crispest lineup in this movie right here.
Again, and another signature. Get out of there now.
That shit sharp as hell.
The kaiju explodes out the water and slaps Gypsy stupid. Like, nah, it really pulled that shit way back too.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Damn,
try
he hit
holding
him
it-
with that abalita. Abalakata.
Down, but the kaiju was on different timing. It rips right through his left arm, doing him like Sasuke, and then right after tears through the head and grabs Yancey out. And just like that, it was over for him. Riley doesn't even get time to grieve. He had to lock in, or he was gonna be next to meet Michael Jackson. And my boy was at a disadvantage with half a system and one arm. The kaiju jumps right on Gypsy and puts his horn right through its chest, then starts moving like Rod Wave, trying to eat his head. And Riley's in there screaming, feeling all the pain. But just as the kaiju is about to end it, Riley uses the last bit of power and goes back to his only move and beams a plasma cannon, blowing them both up.
Spirit bombed his ass.
And just like that, the signal is completely lost.
He ain't weird, he dead.
Yep.
What? I say he dead.
I was
Well,
like, yeah.
that's what everyone thought. My boy comes out the ocean somewhere in Alaska, drops down, and after all that damage the kaiju was putting in, he comes out the Jaeger with a few scratches and a broken suit. Like, what? I thought at least he would have broken a few bones. I guess his suit is made out of adamantium. The old man and his son
Gotta
rush
be.
to help in, and bang! We get the movie title. We fast forward
Pacific
5 years
Rim.
later, and the kaiju attacks kept coming faster and harder. They were adapting. The Jaegers were getting killed faster than they could be built. The program was dying, and the government didn't want to fund it anymore. It was like trying to invest in DVDs in the age of Netflix.
Try!
They authorized Marshall to take the
Hey, I don't care what the hell y'all say. I'm still watching DVDs, VHSs, anything like that. I don't care how advanced shit be getting. I'm still gonna find a way to watch my stuff, my classics.
rest of the Jaegers to Hong Kong, since that was the final battle station. Over in Alaska, Riley's working this factory job, helping build these giant walls meant to stop kaiju attacks. And you guys know me, they could not pay me enough to be working at this height. Like, hell no, that just ain't me. If someone tried to employ me with that type of work, I would have just been like,
Let me tell you something. Dr. Newsom.
for real, when it comes to heights, leave me out of it. Anyways, they turn on the news and find out the kaijus are walking right through the walls like they're made out of cardboard. And this is the government's big new investment? Out in Australia, the kaiju was doing straight damage in the heart of Sydney, abusing the poor Aussies until Jaeger Striker pulled up and started belting its ass. Striker grabbed it by the neck, bowed to the chin, and as soon as he looked back down, with the left. Those two punches alone should have gave him extreme CTE. Striker gives him a third one for good luck, then opens his chest and starts unloading missiles right on him. Pause! Knocking it straight down and dying with his whole tongue out like, ugh. And then look at these two on the news, clearly horrifying me. Like, I see what you guys are doing, bro.
They're trying.
The girls are watching, man. The hers are watching. So Marshall ends up finding out that Becker is still alive and pulls up at his job site. He needed a pilot for an old Mark III Jaeger. And Becker wasn't trying to get back on the field, especially after losing his brother. But here's the thing, Marshall just tells him straight up, would you rather die out there in a Jaeger or die in here building these weak ass walls? And just like that,
that's a
he
fact.
was in. I mean, that might have been the easiest persuasion of all time. She was like asking Rod Wave, would you rather a cheesecake or a salad? He'll probably
okay,
slap
bro.
you for that
Okay.
dumbass question. They land in Hong Kong, and this is when they find out the truth. There's only 4 Jaegers left. Striker, Eureka, Crimson Typhoon, Chirino Alpha, and Gypsy. There's only 4 Jaegers. Slap you for that dumbass question. They land in Hong Kong, and this is when they
1800 hours. Is that like 6 in the morning? That's my problem with military time. I can never tell if it's AM or PM. It never says it. They just say 6. They just go around the clock. I'm just like, bro, I can never tell if it's AM or PM. I can get the time right, but I just won't know if it's AM or PM.
find out the truth. There's only 4 Jaegers left. Striker, Eureka, Crimson Typhoon, Chirino Alpha, and Gypsy Danger. And with just these 4, the plan is different now. They weren't trying to run the ones anymore with the kaijus. Nah, the plan was to blow up the entire breach. Now, what's the breach? The breach is where the kaijus come from. And this ain't your typical aliens falling out the sky in spaceships.
Why not,
These
though?
monsters come from under the ocean. The breach is a massive tear in reality sitting at the bottom of the Pacific, glowing, bubbling, looking like the gates of hell cracked open underwater. And yeah, one by one these kaijus just keep crawling out. So anyways, Riley needs a co-pilot. After sparring with a bunch of dudes, he ends up picking Miss Mori. Yeah, the rest of
Gosh, she was so bad, bro. This chick, when this movie came out, this chick lived rent free in my head, bro. I could not get over her. I was like, bro, I need to see her in multiple movies. I need to see her in DC, Marvel, rom-coms, action movies, old westerns, whatever. I wanted to see her in every kind of movie, show, whatever, animation, voice acting, whatever. This chick was so fine for no reason, bro. I'm telling you, I was obsessed when this movie came out and I saw her.
Them were trash. Some time passes and the radar lights back up. Signals coming straight from the breach. And this wasn't a normal event. This thing was picking up 2 kaijus, an Otachi and a leatherback, both category 4s. That's basically Prime Name and Suarez. This was some real talent pulling up. So shit wasn't about to be a walk through the park. Both kaijus were projected to reach Hong Kong in 60 minutes. So it's instant panic mode. Citywide evacuation gets called. Marshall makes his play and sends Crimson Typhoon and Shirino Alpha into the field first. Then he puts Striker on the coast just in case they get past the first 2. Striker gotta hold it down and protect the city. And Gypsy Danger? Yeah, his ass was on the bench, not even rostered to play. Coach basically said, yo, don't even bring your shoes to the game. His ass was getting no minutes today. So all 3 Jaegers get dropped into sea doing their little Superman landing. And you guys can't lie, everyone has done the Jaeger walk in the water at least once, especially when it was shallow. So while they're waiting on the radar to pick up movement, Otachi just jumps straight out the water, showing off his 40-inch, spins around midair, and tail smacks Crimson Typhoon right in the gut, sending his ass crashing down hard like, yo, what the hell did I just get hit with? He even had to shake his head to remember where he's at, but Typhoon ain't pussy. He gets back up, whips out 3 ninja stars, and they start throwing hands, getting in a few good hits. They really had those 2 brothers in there throwing out combos in a moving roller coaster. Otachi locks in, then grabs the next 2 shots, so Typhoon uses his jet thrusters and flies right up, then swings his body to the side and then throws him like 200 meters. Otachi quickly gets back up, trying to spin back, thinking this is a 1v1. But nah, what did McMill say that one time?
Nah, nigga, no one-on-ones, we don't fight fair, we just roll on them.
Shirino Alpha comes in from behind with a hot elbow right to the neck, then clocks the right back and blow right to the nose. Nah, his ass was really trying to give him that Rudolph look. He gives him 2 more, clearly trying to break its face. But when Alpha tries to go for the hammer fist, Otachi slaps the piss out of him. Even Striker all the way back there was like, damn, Marshall, these boys are getting cooked out there. Let us help them. You are to hold your ground. Do not engage. Do you copy?
This shit pissed me off. I was like, dude, big ass mechs and none of y'all got long range weapons? What the fuck is the point of this shit? All this money y'all done put into this shit. We got plasma radiation cannons and shit, and we can't use that shit?
Typhoon comes back trying to flank Otachi, but he ain't have his guard up and gets boomed right in the face. He clearly wasn't listening to coach before the fight. Remember, keep that guard up, nigga. Otachi wasn't done. He grabs Typhoon by the chest, rips both them brothers out, and yeah.
Yeah, double homicide.
Otachi casually out here handing out BTL. It turns around and sees Alpha charging in, so it just opens its mouth and sprays out this blue acid. Huck pour right into Alpha's face, completely blinding him. All they could see is what Ray Charles saw. Nothing! And with this advantage, Otachi doesn't waste no time. It bites Alpha's arm completely off, like, give me that shit. And just as Striker is about to run in for help, Leatherback jumps straight out the water, lands on Alpha's back, smacks him right in the dome, and sends him straight underwater, and blow!
Double kill.
The camera cuts over to Striker and Otachi tries that sneak attack again, but Striker's seen that move before. He clocks it right in the head and then blow. Yeah, the Aussies came for straight smoke. He grabs Otachi by his triangular ass cranium and just starts abusing the circle button. Yeah. Surely he lost a few brain cells. Striker then lands his nasty uppercut, grabs Otachi, lifts him up like how they did Speed in the Royal Rumble, and then just slams him right back down. But Striker wasn't done. He opens his chest ready to unload hella missiles. Then Leatherback pulls the dirtiest move imaginable, an electromagnetic pulse, and that completely fries Striker's electronics, shutting the Jaeger completely down. And not just that, the entire city loses power as well. Yeah, these kaijus were getting smarter by the day, but don't count them out just yet. Not all Jaegers were made digital. Gypsy Danger.
Bro, you just saw 3 of your 4. You just saw 3 of your 4 Jaegers get bodied. Why the hell are they not out there? Also, side note, if an EMP shut down everything in the world, how long y'all think y'all lasting? Put that in the comment section down below. I'm at least living another like 20 years.
Was analog, which means it was finally time for Marco and Riley to get in the field. Otachi starts heading straight for the city, sending everyone scrambling into bunkers. Herc and his son Chuck were dead ass frozen, like the Jaeger couldn't move one bit, and they weren't about to sit there and die without at least trying. So they hop out the Jaeger, pull out these 2 pistols, and shoot out a signal flare.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Like, nah, they really just wanted to speed run to the gulag. Just as Leatherback's about to send them in there, it hears choppers. When it turns around, it sees Gypsy Danger in the sky, looking like an angel sent straight to save humanity. This is easily Aura. No farming needed.
Nah, wait for it.
They drop
Wait for
Gypsy
it.
down, and Leatherback doesn't waste no time, charging straight at him. But Margot weaves out the way, getting onto his backside, then rips out the electric pulse right off his back. Like, give me that shit. Did that boy like how Thanos did Vision. But that right there made Leatherback mad as hell. It grabs Gypsy into a bear hug, spins him around, and throws him across the water back onto land. Had him rolling around like tumbleweed. And still somehow Gypsy lands back on his feet. They both start charging at each other, and Gypsy jumps up, clocks his arm all the way back, and dunks its palm right on its head. He must have been watching LeBron highlights before this. Gypsy grabs Leatherback by his ear, then gives him a 2-piece no biscuit. But Leatherback was still on his feet, so ref couldn't start the count. Riley then activates Elbow Rocket and then cracks him right in the face. And yeah, this time his feet couldn't hold on. That nigga dropped right down. But you know how people get when they're losing a fair fight? They start seeing things around them as weapons. So Leatherback grabs the crane and smacks Gypsy once, pulls it back up, and bow, smacked him back to the ground. He really smacked the fire out that boy. But Gypsy Daniel was like, oh, you want to do weapons? I bet. He grabs a couple of containers and starts smacking the piss out of him with them. I'm talking a clean right, then a 2-hand smack right to the ear.
Oh, got his ass.
Had Leatherback confused for a few seconds. So Gypsy gives him another left. And that gave him quick signs of CTE because he started eating anything. Like, Leatherback, please, just
Calm down.
Gypsy starts taking moves right out of Bobby Lashley's playbook, locks him into a full Nelson, lifts him up and yanks him to the other side. And Leatherback is lost, confused, running on pure instinct. He charges right in, trying to bite Gypsy's face off, but Riley pulls out his favorite move and whips out the plasma cannon and starts firing it right at his gut like 10 times. Bro was trying to empty the entire clip. Like, he literally blew his arm off. Then he gave him like 2 more beans for good luck.
You're damn right.
Gypsy starts walking off, but just in case Brody was trying to fake his death, he shoots it 4 more times, making sure Leatherback was at the Juice WRLD World Tour. 1 down,
Hey,
1 to go.
double tap.
So while Itachi was out in the city being a little freak with his whole tongue out, and when it turns around, Gypsy's walking down the street holding a whole ship.
Huh?
Yeah, free Itachi, because he's clearly calling ISO. He swings it around and smacks the Mario coins right out its mouth. Not once or twice, it was 3 times. Right, left, right. With that kind of impact, Itachi was probably seeing 3 Gypsy Dangers. Like, which one of them hit him? Gypsy tries to go in for another baseball hit, but Itachi snatches the ship right off his arm and then tosses it away. And when he turns around, pop, right to the chest, knocking his ass straight to the ground. And I gotta give it to Itachi. That was a clean hit. But yo,
Bro, look. All these mechs and Jaegers and stuff is cool and all, but look at the damage. I would be living in freaking Greenland or Iceland, all this bullshit going on. I would be out of the way. I would be living off the land, off the grid somewhere, far away from this.
Gypsy gets up and Itachi just starts running away like,
You dirty bastard, you've done it again!
Gypsy tries chasing after him, but Itachi is gone. Like, how you lose a big ass monster in the middle of the city? That's like losing Lizzo in your house. You should still feel the weight somewhere. Anyways, while Gypsy's still looking around for Itachi, nigga comes out of nowhere.
He was hiding in a
Smacking
building.
his head right onto the other side. He throws a few combos back, but Itachi weaves under, grabs Gypsy's arm, and drags him right through 2 buildings. And the amount of random people dying right here gotta be insane. And no, not everyone in the city made it to those bunkers. Itachi tries to spit that acid at Gypsy, but he dodges it. And after seeing what it did to that skyscraper, he wasn't trying to lack. So Gypsy grabs Itachi by its tongue and tries to rip it out, but he quickly wraps his tail right around his arm, trying to bite his face off. Marco, hit the coolant. Freeze that motherfucker. She hits that button and turns that tail into Sub-Zero's enemies. Gypsy then snaps it clean off. With that arm finally free, he grabs Itachi by the horn and rips his tongue right out his mouth.
Damn.
Yeah, things weren't looking good for Itachi, losing a tail and a tongue under 5 seconds.
You're a victim.
But Itachi had that dog in it. It clamps onto Gypsy's back and pulls out a new badge. Wings?
Now I need that. I need somebody to clinch on. You know what
Like,
I'm
am I tripping or it never had wings? Anyways, Otachi starts flying up and starts smacking this guy through every
Ooh.
building. Like, yo, he was really trying to shut it down before it flew up. So they start going higher and higher all the way into orbit, and the Jaeger couldn't handle the temperature. So the system slowly started shutting down. So Mako uses her big brain and activates the sword. And at first it was kind of nervous, but it locked in. I get it. We all been there before. This is for all my YNs. Mako then ripped the entire wing off, killing it right there. They come crashing back down and somehow clutch the landing. And yeah, Gypsy was really like that. And I guess they saved Hong Kong.
Some of it.
So later
whatever
on, when the
was left.
forensics team came in to cut up the kaiju, they find out it was pregnant. And this ugly little monster pops out and immediately eats Hellboy. Like, nah, not my goat. So not even an hour goes by and a signal spikes again. 2 kaijus detected at the breach. But this time they weren't coming up to the surface. Nah, they were protecting the breach. Marshall knew exactly what that meant. This was about to be a one-way mission. Marshall and Chuck hop into Striker Eureka and Mako and Riley get back into the machine. The GOAT. Gypsy Danger. The mission? Blow up the breach and stop the kaijus from ever coming back. So they head all the way down to the bottom of the ocean and finally reach the breach. But right before they make their jump, Dr. Newton runs in with some bad news. He tells them they can't get through the breach unless they're a kaiju. They gotta use a kaiju to actually get inside. It's like needing an alien barcode to get access. They're moving closer and then a category 5 pulls up. This was the biggest kaiju they ever seen. And yeah, you already know they were cooked. Now there's literally 3 kaijus on the field, and all we have is 2 Jaegers and Striker is half damage. Wallahi, we're finished.
This is all happening at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, just to have that in perspective, this is all happening at the bottom of the freaking ocean, where they can't even move how they want to move.
Striker squares up, ready to run his fade, and while Gypsy was ball watching, nigga gets flanked from the side. Then Striker gets slapped by a tentacle, slammed right onto a rock. And then the camera flips over to the other side and Gypsy gets his entire arm ripped off. Now he has to fight handicap. Like, bro, the game just started 2 minutes ago and these guys are down 30. Ref, call a timeout. So while the other kaiju is feasting on Gypsy's arm, he whips out his second blade and dives it straight through this kaiju's head.
Okay,
then
one
starts
down,
dragging
one
it
down.
towards the fire. Like, nah, Gypsy was really trying to turn him into a kebab, but it wasn't ready to go. It forces its way out of there and breaks free. But the second kaiju from earlier comes back and Gypsy hits it with the cleanest pump fake, waiting for the last second before it whips out the blade and slices through its whole body like butter. On the other side, Striker was getting violated by that category 5. Striker manages to stick one of the blades right under its shoulder and cuts his arm bad, but that thing was still standing. Then he starts calling for backup. Like, bro, I thought you were in the big leagues, category
Right.
5. You're clearly not that guy.
Here, and you
Not
calling
that
for
guy,
help.
pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
So now it's a 2v1 and Marshall and Chuck, they weren't there to box. They activate the nuke and as soon as the kaiju pulled up, skadoosh, both of them get blown into ashes. Sometimes you just gotta hit the self-destruct button for the greater good. Now Gypsy just had to finish the mission. They grab the carcass of the kaiju and head straight for the breach. And as soon as they get to the edge, this category 5 was still alive, bro. Oh my god.
Dirty bastard, you've done it again!
It must have had an extra life because how the hell did it survive that explosion? Gypsy
Right.
hits his jets and flies right up, then spears it right down, driving the sword right through its back. But this category 5 wasn't gonna go out like that, so it starts destroying the oxygen tank. But Riley keeps his composure and hits the flamethrowers and burns right through this nigga, instantly killing it, and they finally make it through. But it wasn't time to celebrate. The oxygen was running completely low. Riley sends Marco right back up and then he drops down alone, had him falling like Orion Pax right before he turned into Optimus Prime. He lands right in the middle of the alien world, staring at the race trying to take over Earth,
my
and yeah,
God.
it was up for
The
them.
scene
Riley
was-
launches
the
right
scene was
back out,
referenced.
and as soon as that timer hit 1,
Your time has come.
Come. Yeah.
There's no way out of this one.
they blew that world into oblivion and completely destroyed the breach for good, I think.
I mean, not for good, but you know what I'm saying, for a decent amount of time, because you know there's a Pacific Rim 2. But I will say Pacific Rim is one of the movies I always find myself coming back to. Just in the bleakest of moments, it comes back to my mind, and then I watch it a few times back to back. But yeah, that's been this reaction. That's Black Cape. Black Cape. He will be linked in the description below in case you guys want to check out his content. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you guys have any reaction requests, please put them down in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.